Hello guys, welcome back to your favorite agribusiness and agricultural YouTube channel. On today's episode, I will be talking about heat stress in the poultry industry. But before I do that, I would like to appreciate you all for subscribing, for your likes, for your comments, for telling your friends about what we do on this channel. I so much appreciate it. And if you are watching for the first time, my name is Nutritional, and this channel is dedicated to profitable and sustainable agriculture. Everything we do on this channel circles around profitable and sustainable agriculture. So if you are watching for the first time, kindly click on the subscribe button to have access to more of our videos. Thank you so much. On today's episode, I will be talking about a major problem in the poultry industry. Not actually only in the poultry industry, but I will be talking about the poultry part of it because heat stress is a problem that affects other livestock industry, such as pig and other animals. But on this episode, I will be talking about heat stress in the poultry industry. And on this note, I will be talking about heat stress itself, the causes, the dangers, the signs, and the solution. So, if you are a poultry farmer or you have somebody in the poultry industry, sit back and relax and let's dig in. So, what do we call heat stress? Heat stress is actually a situation whereby an increase in temperature causes a kind of discomfort and discomfort in the farm animal and resulting into low productivity and all kind of stress. So what are the dangers? The causes I mean. What are the causes? The causes, we have two major causes of heat stress, especially in the poultry industry. Number one of them is the increase in the weather condition, the environment, when the weather changes, when the weather condition, the temperature increase. So there tends to be a kind of stress with the farm animal. Another cause of heat stress is overpopulation. But the first one, the weather condition, is the most important one. So heat stress actually occur during the heat period in the tropic and occur during the summer in the temperate region. So, what are the dangers? What are the dangers of heat stress in poultry industry particularly? Number one danger of heat stress is that it results into a drop in productivity, especially when you have a layers bed on your farm. During the heat period, whenever your poultry beds suffer from heat stress, the productivity of their egg production will reduce. Another thing is that it will affect their feeding level. It will affect the weight at which the poultry beds will feed, and this will actually tend on their weight gain. They won't be able to gain weight as desired. So, and last but not the least, in most extreme cases, when the heat stress is too much on your farm, it tends to result into mortality. You see your birds dying. So, having said that, what are the signs? What are the signs you will see on your farm or with your animal that definitely will tell you these animals are suffering from heat stress? Number one sign poultry birds will show when they are suffering from heat stress is panting. And when I say panting, when you see your birds opening their mouth to increase the rate at which they breathe, you see them opening mouth and you see their lungs palpitating, moving drastically. You see them struggling to get more air into their respiratory tract. This is the most important sign that will definitely tell you these birds are suffering from heat stress, especially especially when those birds are not being disturbed. They are not being disturbed. Then you see them panting. This is the greatest sign that will tell you heat is setting in. Number two sign that will tell you your birds are suffering from heat stress, that will show you the incoming of heat stress, is that you will see your birds lifting their wings from their body. So when you see your birds lifting their wings from their body, this is another sign. Because when birds do this, they want to cool the temperature of their body. And you know, due to the design and the nature of the birds, they have feather on their body and they have a kind of fat under their skin. So it makes their body temperature a little bit higher than that of the environment. So whenever there is an increase in the temperature of the environment, they find it very, very difficult to release those heat into the environment. So that is why you see them raising their wings like this. They want to cool off. They just want to cool off. So another sign for heat stress is that you will notice an increase at the rate by which your birds consume water. The rate at which they drink water will increase, because this will tell you definitely these birds are suffering from heat. They tend to about the signs of heat stress is that the comb on their head will turn pale. It will not be as bright red as it's supposed to be. You will see those comb turning pale. They will not be brightly colored as they are supposed to be. This is another sign of stress in a poultry farm. So having said that, how do we control? What are the solutions? How do we mediate this problem? How do we control this problem so as to avoid the heat affecting our productivity and to avoid our birds, to save our birds from dying? Number one point is to reduce the population in your poultry house. When your poultry house is overpopulated, it makes the effect of heat stress to be more significant, because the higher the population, the higher the congestion, the higher the temperature in that house, because all those birds will be respirating, which will be giving to rise the temperature in the poultry house. So the best thing for you to do is to depopulate, to reduce the population. If you are having like 100 poultry birds in your pen, it's better to reduce it to 70 or 50 so as to give room for free flow of air. And the number two step for you to take is to ensure cross ventilation. You ensure cross ventilation. Make sure your poultry house is built in a kind of style that will allow cross ventilation. Make sure there's way for air to come in from all the four sides of your poultry house. This is another way by which you can reduce the impact of heat stress on your animal. And thirdly, you supply cool water. So don't just give them water. Supply very cool water. If you have the means, put some ice block in their water before you supply water to them. This will help your poultry birds to cool the temperature of their body, thereby making them to do better during this. The number 4 point in finding solution to heat stress is that you reduce the energy content of your feed. If you are a poultry farmer and you make your feed yourself, this is the time for you to reduce the energy content. You reduce the carbohydrate content in those feed. And also, you reduce the feeding of your birds in the afternoon. Remember, during the afternoon, the temperature will become a little bit higher than normal during the heat period. So don't feed your birds in the afternoon, because if you feed them, they will struggle digesting, because digesting of feed also generates heat in the body of animals. So don't feed your birds in the afternoon. This is another way to cut off or to reduce the impact of heat stress. And lastly but not the least, you have to supplement. You increase on the supplements you give to your pets. You increase the supplements of vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin B. This will actually help your animal to be in a more stable condition during the heat period. So having said all this, I hope you got value one way or the other from this video. And if you got value, kindly share this video with your friends and give it a like. So if you are one of our regular viewers on this channel and you have not subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button to have access to more of our videos and help us to reach more audience. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. See you on my next video.